Hello everyone, my name is Cristo J. Labine and I'm going to explain our code when it comes to our product inventory management system. So let's start with our first one of our script JavaScript, which is the class product with the constructor of the objects of object name, object price, and object quantity. This follows the JavaScript object-oriented programming by also using this to use for the specific object, which is the this.name is equals to name, this.price is equals to price, this.quantity is equals to quantity. So this one, or the our first code, is also the initialization for our class product. And we also use the let products square bracket, which is to store or to actually to initialize the array. And then we also have the jQuery command, which is the document ready function, which meaning of it is the JavaScript will wait until the HTML is ready, and then if the HTML is ready, the JavaScript will open or will continue or will run.
Mga greetings, my name is Bonjo Maria S. Lagata and I will be explaining what happens when you click the add button. So as you can see in the code, we have the jQuery syntax and inside it is the ID of the add button, which is the button add. And whenever every single element that has the button add ID is clicked, it will perform the function inside it. So let's go inside the function. First, it will declare a variable named product and it will hold the values of the returned data by the getFormData function. And then next line, it will push that variable into the array which is named products. And after pushing or adding that uh, data from to the array, it will call the render table function, which will basically display the table, and finally call the clear form function, which will clear the input fields of the HTML or the website.
Daka greetings, Sir Janus. My name is Sam Datoy, and I will explain the delete button in table and clear function in our script. Then let's start to delete button. So we declare a query selector to document since the delete button doesn't declare in HTML. So it's only appear or in render table in our script. So we call that document since in the document we find the button or the delete button. Then it has event of click. Then the function of this delete button is we declare another variable which is the index where it retrieves the data ID of the selected product. Then after that we call the products array. Then we use the splice. So where the selected index, that's why there's an index, then the other one yung how many or how many should be deleted. So we put 1 2, so only the row of the selected product will be deleted. Then next is render table. So it will print or show the latest render table of the product table.
So, Dangar greetings, I'm Angie Odbina. Explain ko naman yung ascending and descending sorting ng aming code. So, dito sa jQuery ng document.ready event, meron ditong jQuery na kumukuha ng ID ng sort ascending button and sort descending button. So, pag clinic ni user yung sort A to Z, magraran yung event or function ng sort ascending, which is yung tatawagin niya yung sort ay manual sort na function, then papasahan niya ng value na true. So punta tayo sa function ng manual sort. So here sa loob ng function product.sort, which is yung built-in sorting method ni sorting method ni JavaScript, then papasahan niya ng A value and B value. Ito yung let's say na index 0 and index 1 ng array. So Ayan. Then, next meron tayong variable na name A, which is yung name A equals a.name to lowercase. So, i-transform niya lang yung value ng A na yon into lowercase. Then, ilalagay niya sa variable na name A. Then same lang din sa name B. Tatransform niya into lowercase. So, then next meron tayong if statement. So, if that is ascending, so pag sort A to Z yung pinili ni user, clinic ni user, magto-true to yung if statement. Then, sa loob ng if statement, merong return name A dot local compare dot name B. So, ito is built-in method din. So, kino-compare niya lang yung name A sa name B. So, pag yung name B comes, if the name B comes before the B, then magto-true siya, then i-return niya yung name B. Then, uulit-ulitin niya yun hanggang sa ma-sort na yung ating table. Then, sa if statement naman, pag pinindot ni user yung sort Z to B, which is descending, mag-false yung if statement, then didiretso siya sa else statement. So, ito, same logic lang din, same idea, binaliktad lang. Name B that local compare name A. So, pag yung name B comes before name A, magto-true siya, then i-return niya yung name B. So, mangyayari is mauuna yung Z bago yung A. Then, ganun lang po yung logic dito sa aming manual sort. And that's all po for my part. Thank you very much.
So for our next one, we also have the function getFormData. So what is the function getFormData? This is where the user will valid or input their valid input in the form. So we also have here the let product name, let product price, and let product quantity. So let's start with our let product name using the let product name, which is the ID of the product name, which the user will input here the name of the product, and then using the jQuery method val or the value, it will return as a text. So for example, if the user put bed, it will return as a bed. And then we also have the let product price parse float product price dot val. So what does it do? So the product price, as we all know, price needed a decimal. But val or the jQuery method val or value return as a text. So what do we do? So we use the parse float for the decimal to parse or to return as a string or text for rather. So the parse float will return as a decimal but into a text. So same as the product quantity, but just we use a parse integer for the product quantity since we need a whole number and not a decimal. Now for the return new product name, product price, and product quantity, this one is where we put the new object or the input value, and then we put it in the within the new object, which is the new product. So it will return the new value, and it will return based on the value input of the users. Thank you.
So first, we made the function called render table, and inside that function we have jQuery helper dot HTML, which removes everything inside the table and don't get and get don't so preventing getting duplicates. When you always start your table, you always start fresh without any contents inside it. And we have loop uh, each loop where products, and it has a function index it has a parameter index and product. It it just iterates through the table in the array, in the products array one by one. And index is the product position and 0, 1, 2, and product with the name, with the actual product with the actual content, name, product, and the price. No, name, price, and name, price, and quantity. And it lets we have a calculation here. Let total product dot price multiplied by product dot quantity. Uh, so we can get the total value. And a row of HTML. So first we created a TR, which is table row, and TD, which is table data. Product number, index plus 1, and product name, price, quantity, total value. And delete button, data dash ID, set to products index. Set to product index so you know which one to remove later. And add row to the table. We have jQuery helper also here, product table body, and append to the row. It will add to the table, add push. It will append on the last position in the table. Puts that row to the bottom. Yeah, finish. And once all the process is done, it will finish the loop. So it just iterates through all the products that are inserted.
Next is the function clear form, where the private variables will be called from the HTML to JavaScript, which is the product name, product price, and product quantity. Then, in this function, we change or set the value of each variable into null. That's all for clear form and delete button. Thank you.